You have fake abs.
Yes. But looking at me, you wouldn't go, she looks
You
fake.
have etched abs?
Yeah, but
What did you spend on fake abs?
no, that was included. The BBL is you get the etched abs and the behind.
And now you can't pay your mortgage and you're 4 months behind.
Yes. But that's why there's mortgage
BBL
assistance.
over mortgage.
Mortgage assistance programs are meant for this.
What? You make so much money. How do you qualify for a mortgage assistance program? You make $171,600 a year, and you have to subsidize yourself? Here's the fake abs.
What do you think?
Why? I don't get it.
It looks fantastic.
So how do fake abs work with getting fat?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue when I'm pregnant, right? Like, you're basically going to have abs over your...
Are you doing that?
I mean, not at this moment.
Aren't you tick, tick, clock, clock?
Yeah, but we're in modern times. You know, down in Argentina, they don't have kids
Are
before
they somewhere?
Are they?
The eggs?
No, I don't believe in that.
Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore? I hate dating apps. I do not want to get back on one. I'd like to meet someone IRL, in real life, in the wild. But this seems hard as hell, because if you're someone who doesn't go out to bars, it seems like at bars, it's socially acceptable for like people to approach each other. But everywhere else, like, you know, in a coffee shop or like in a restaurant or on the street, it seems like it's not like the norm anymore. Like, everyone just kind of minds their own business. And I don't know if this is just me or if this is just where I live. I live in kind of a small town, or if it's like we've almost swung too far in the other direction. Because I remember when I was a teenager, like 15 years ago, men were like coming after me. I don't like, it was like borderline, like it was harassment. Well, like, I don't want to be harassed. We don't need to do that. But at the same time, like, I'd like people to talk to me. Like, I don't want, it feels like we've gone so far in the other direction where everyone kind of operates completely independently. They look down, like they pass someone, they don't even really say hi. They're looking at their phones. Like, they'll be like, oh, that person's cute, but they won't do anything about it. And this makes it really hard. I think when you're single, when you even just want to make friends, you want to connect with new people, because everyone is just absorbed in their own world. Like, is everyone lonely? Like, is everyone, I don't know. It's just, I don't like this.
You need to figure out what the you want. Women need to come together. I don't understand how women have a T app specifically revolved around talking about every man that they've ever dated, but they don't have an app to talk to each other about their mentality or why they think the way that they do. So how the do you legitimately go 5 to 10 years talking about how men need to stop being disrespectful and catcalling, and men need to respect women, and then in the same breath turn around when you're not getting validated and not getting attention and go, men are weird because they don't talk to women anymore. Men aren't men anymore because they don't approach girls. When y'all are literally the reason for that. Y'all need to start being accountable, and I know you don't know what accountability is. Men used to force you to be accountable back in the day, and they gave you way too many rights, and now you're walking around mindlessly and aimlessly, not knowing how to operate in the world. But you need to get your together. You need to know that you're a dunce, and if you don't like what men are doing, look at what women have done to cause men to be that.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him, because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps, and he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days, and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me, and I'm starting to hate women, because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6, but I'm so desperate. I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back. Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
This is exactly what men have been saying for years about dating apps. Because first off, it is very rare for men to even get matches, especially matches with women that they are actually physically attracted to. And that is not because men are swiping only on supermodels, like they're only swiping on 10s. They are swiping right on a variety of women, just as long as they think that they could be attracted to her. But ladies, you have to understand that even when men find matches, it is very rare for them to have an actually good conversation. Because usually you ladies are really dry texters and you will just ghost them oftentimes. So yeah, men have been complaining about this for the longest of times, which is why if you're a woman that is interested in a man off of a dating app, all you have to do is to show a little bit of effort. If you do that, that man is going to double down on the effort and the energy that he spends on you. He's going to pursue you and most likely be everything that you want him to be. It is like a no-fail way to end up with a boyfriend.
I got a bone to pick with y'all men.
No, you don't. You just got your hair done and you feeling yourself. But it's okay. We're going to entertain it. Your discretion's advised.
Why is it that y'all like to throw out compliments to women, telling them how beautiful they are and how you like the way they look and blah, 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 but you don't ask for their number?
To put it plain and simple, a compliment means nothing to a woman that gets them on a regular nowadays. It only holds value if it's attached to some kind of dollar amount, and I don't understand why. This isn't the early 2000s where you can compliment a woman and she truly appreciate it and be okay with you starting a conversation. Or we understand that getting this woman's number is going to come with some kind of bills eventually. Let's say you get that number, you hit her up the next day, magically she's going to be short $500 for her rent. And now she's expecting you to come out of pocket for it. And keep in mind, those compliments you was giving her didn't end when you first met her. They continue out through the conversation that y'all was having. And as soon as you disregard that $500 request, now you broke. You ain't shit. Now all those compliments become a weapon for her to use against you because you didn't want to give her $500 of your own money. It sounds a little something like, oh, you like me, you think I'm beautiful, you think you want to be with me, but you don't want to pay my bills? Something like that.
Like, can you tell me why that is? You just want to be nice, throw out a compliment today, or you're scared? Which one is it?
It's definitely not men being scared, contrary to popular belief. Most men are not afraid of rejection. But the fact still remains, the art of getting a woman's number is not what it used to be. And I am wise enough to understand that this is not every woman, and I believe there are some women still out there that are willing to have a conversation with a man that compliments them. However, there are enough breezies screaming from the rooftops saying, my number costs $500 out the gate. Hey, I did a video on this very app where a woman told a young man it was $20 just to speak to her, let alone get her number. But besides all of that, there are generally men that just want to give a compliment. They thought you looked nice in the moment, and they just wanted to let you know. It's a healthy way to push back positivity into our dating ecosystem. Every compliment does not come with a motive. Some are just genuine compliments. And I think as people, we need to do a better job at normalizing compliments and making them go back to what they used to be for us. But you know what? Knowing y'all ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying. I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
So you think that women are not more emotional than men?
Men have our emotions in a linear fashion. When we're angry, we're angry.
Mm-hmm.
When we're sad, we're sad. When we're aroused, we're aroused. When we're happy, we're happy. Women have emotions about their emotions. A woman can be turned on, but she could be ashamed of her being turned on.
Mm-hmm.
She could be curious about her shame about being turned on.
Mm-hmm.
She could be happy about her curiosity, about her shame about being turned on. They run in loops rather than going linear and running straight.
Oh.
If men's jobs disappeared tomorrow, society would crumble. If women's jobs disappeared tomorrow, society would be fine.
Oh, really? Who's going to raise all the children?
Women aren't even raising their own kids. They're in daycare.
That's actually incorrect.
They're in daycare and public school. No, it's $1 billion industry.
It is $1 billion industry,
Yeah.
but statistically, women have the majority of childcare burden. And not a lot of people can afford daycare nowadays.
Well, who is the kid spending the most time with if the mom's at work? Most mothers work nowadays. So the kid is spending more time at school or at daycare.
Do you think, like, because you feel that you're not, like, a feminist or whatever, you are better than other women?
No, I don't. I'm a pretty humble person.
Do you feel that we hate men?
A lot of what you're saying does seem like man-hating behavior.
I mean, I do think men suck. I think a lot, because of the patriarchy, a lot of men have arrogance and they mistreat women. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
So you think men don't mistreat women?
I do not think that a majority of men mistreat women.
So
I do not.
Why do you think there are phrases like, ugh, men suck?
because I think women are petty and dramatic.
Okay, so just because like you're going against other women doesn't mean like men are gonna choose you.
I'm not a pick-me. I'm married. I'm already sold. I'm off the streets.
The streets?
Yeah, where all you are.
So you think because I'm not married, I'm on the streets and I like really need a husband?
You're really bitterly and desperately single, yes. You're obviously not happy. Your attitude does not scream, I'm happy and I love my life.
Women on dating apps, can you explain this to me? I don't get it. When I'm swiping through and I see a picture and there's two girls and one's really attractive and then the other one, and I know if I scroll to the next picture which one you are, what's the strategy? Like, what's this? Am I supposed to be like, oh, thank God you're not the hot one? What? It's like I'm taking crazy pills. I mean, why is that your strategy?
Well, in a segment, I think with the older gentleman in Pearl, he was talking about a lot of ladies' emotions. They don't run linear, similar to what a man's does. They run in a whole bunch of different directions. I have an emotion about an emotion. Curious, I'm interested. I'm sad about the way I feel. I feel sad, and I'm sad that I'm sad. I'm sad that I'm mad. I'm sad that I'm happy. I shouldn't be feeling this way. And it's not just, man, why am I feeling this way? Wow. It's an intense guilt or an intense, sometimes it's an intense arousal for, whatever emotion it is. And it doesn't, it becomes less about the actual emotion that you're feeling and more about how you feel. Modern women, they see themselves, I don't want to say in third person, but they see them, they have a lot of, and I use a term loosely, out of body experiences, because they're always trying to look at themselves through other people's eyes. How will people see me? Will people accept me this way? Am I pretty enough? If I do this, will I look like her? Oh, she has the, and they're always comparing. That's why they're, honestly and truly, a lot of times they're their own worst enemy. When men have said, no, I like the way you look. You're perfect to me. I mean, that's the type of woman that I like. I like your style too. I like your hair. I love your eyes. It doesn't matter to them because they fight that battle within themselves. And then, like he said, their emotions compound, emotion upon emotion upon emotion. And a lot of times a man has to sift through that. That's what they look for in a man.
So we have an update on the proud misandrist who says that women should cheat on men because all men can afford to be cheated on. Yeah, so she followed that up by doubling down and asking this question.
Is it the man's reaction to being cheated on that you're afraid of? Is it his?
I responded like so. I said, I'm worried his feelings will be hurt. And I'm also worried that your more extreme and radical takes discredit all the valid work you claim to do advocating against real issues. I've purchased 3 books from Black authors this month. I know that last part seems random, but she said at the end of her video that the only way she'll take any opinion seriously is if we show receipts that we support Black people. Anyway, she says, cheating is extreme to you. Have you seen what they do to us? To which I said, no, your take on cheating is extreme. I have. I've actually been knifed repeatedly and almost by a man. Then dozens of other men ensured he was taken care of and punished, helped me recover, and supported me. I would not want to hurt a man who didn't hurt me just because someone else did. There are also so many other flaws in her worldview, so let's point them all out. First of all, if a woman cheats on a man with another man or several other men, then all she's doing is sexually gratifying more men, therefore serving and centering more men, which seems anti-misandry. So you're pretty bad at this. Next, you claim here that your business, because yes, this is all being posted from a business page, is a safe space for people, but per your own misandrist views, that can't possibly be true. Because you say that all men are bad because they are conditioned since birth to be bad. So even if a person who is assigned male at birth transitions into a woman, they have still spent their formative years being socialized and conditioned the same way every other man is. So per your own worldview, you are supposed to hate women. And if a person who was assigned female at birth transitions into a man, then you are invalidating their identity by not hating them as much as you would every other man and denying them the gender euphoria of experiencing your complete misandry. Now, her absolutely unhinged takes would be pretty easy to ignore. However, there's one more criticism that I have for her, which is the fact that in every single video, she keeps saying that we need to show receipts for ourselves supporting black women, which she totally does, even though she never shows us receipts of that. And you really need to hear this. Stop using people of color as your meat shield to defend your horrible, hateful takes. This whole co-opting of other demographics' adversities by liberal white women every time they're cornered is honestly an epidemic. I cannot believe that you are claiming to be an ally while using black women as your sword and shield to defend your bigotry. I do not know what is going on with this "I'm not like the other white women, I'm different" pick-me act, but you only have one thing right here. You're not like the other women. You're worse, and we don't claim you.
Have men ever thought about telling you how they feel while it's happening?
There is nothing we would love more than to be able to do that. But have women ever realized how they respond to men when that happens? Let me show you a prime example.
What is the most painful thing anyone has ever said to you?
It was definitely what my ex said after we had our closure moment. She said that I was the person that got her out of her depression and got her outside. And then the moment that she realized she had to do that for me, she couldn't, and so she left me. I was in a very dark place. I had a lot of people at that time.
The moment this man opened up to her and explained to her how he was struggling because he was having deaths in his family, and how now the same way that he helped her get through her mess, he was in need of her to help him work through his. And she showed him why he should have never done that. For any of the ladies watching, you think this is a one-off? Go ahead and read the comments of this video. Any of the men who have experienced anything like this, please tell us about it. If your man is not opening up to you, it's because you have taught him it's not safe to. I know this is very hard for some ladies to comprehend, but maybe you should take some accountability in this one. Show some empathy for a man when he's struggling, instead of weaponizing it against him.
So I am dating again. Bears to say. I'm on Raya and Bumble. Raya is like a silent disco. Bumble is... Verdict is still out. I have gone on dates on Bumble, so better yield as far as dates. But I'm also realizing men don't know how to ask women out, so I'm gonna help you out. This is how you ask a woman out. Repeat after me. I would like to take you out and get to know you better. Are you free Friday night? There's a insert spot. I would like to take you. Can I pick you up? Yes or no? Yes. What's your address? Give me your phone number. May I have your phone number? No. Well, here's the address. I'll meet you there at said time. Let me know if you change your mind. I could also call you an Uber. Period. That is how you ask a woman out nowadays. You're welcome.
All women want is a man's love and attention.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
that is so stupid.
Coming from a woman, that's the truth. But you always have to expect that the man or woman you are talking to is probably talking to other people, and you're gonna get your heart broken. So
That's also really accurate advice.
even if he tells you you're the only one, you're probably not.
And this is exactly the same for women. You know that to be true. I'm not saying maybe you specifically, but you know women are probably actually worse.
No, I think if anything, men are worse at that.
No.
Yes, men are worse. When women love, they only love one.
Stop the cap. No, I'll tell you why women are worse. Is because women always, no matter how far in a relationship you are, always have other options. Men, on the other hand, they do in the very beginning stages of dating, but as they become more sincere and they love way harder, I believe, than women, and then they lose. They do. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows they do.
There's no fool that loves harder than me.
No. It's way harder for a dude to love. When a dude loves, it's way harder than a girl, and it's way less fugazi like float in the wind. Today I feel like this, so I don't want to do this anymore. Like it's like I'll go through thick and thin. But women aren't like that. They're just not designed like that.
A lot of women are losers, and I want to talk about it. A lot of y'all feel like men should provide for you guys and should upgrade your lifestyles, but you have nothing in return to give to him. Therefore, that makes you a loser. And you always are so quick to call men losers if they live at home with their mom or if they don't have a job. You'll label them a loser very quickly. But a lot of y'all be baby mamas living off the government, don't have, like I said, nothing to offer anyone. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror and be accountable, then have the nerve to call someone else a loser. Yeah, loser. And the amount of women that encourage bad behavior, negativity, and the catty-like behavior. Yeah, loser mentality. And the thing about losers, they want to make other people losers. So this is why you see them being so miserable and trying to make other women miserable. And women lie to each other, and instead of telling each other the truth, they would just rather normalize bad behavior. It's disgusting. And a lot of women make horrible decisions. They live with no discipline. They don't care how they carry themselves, and they just project all of their negative energy back onto men. It's the patriarchy. Not to mention, a lot of you guys are complaining about the very men that you raise. You don't want to date the men that you raise. And why is that? Is it because a lot of you guys don't even want to be mothers? And y'all complain about all of the things that make women beautiful, that make women unique. You guys hate that about yourselves and still find a way to blame it on men.
Most men are unattractive. Woo!
Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam. The Great Scam was the day that the male of the species convinced the female of the species that it no longer needed to prove itself worthy in order to reproduce and have babies. But the fact that the men are ugly says otherwise, right? They're not supposed to exist. They're supposed to be cannon fodder to the strong, attractive men who are worthy of having babies. So while y'all are out here being like, the men don't take care of themselves, that's why they're unattractive. No, you're a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly. He's not supposed to exist, babe. Like, there is no amount of moisturizer and sunscreen that will change the fact that his great-great-great-great-great-grandma should have fucking swallowed him. Like, we are out here fucking and making babies like we're a goddamn endangered species, but the breeding stock is foul. And that's why most men are ugly, okay? They DEI'd themselves into someone's grandma's coochie, and now we are all forced to deal with the consequences of that. Sucks.
Before we point fingers, we want to take a look at ourselves and see if we're better than the person that we're about to criticize. Because she's calling men unattractive, and she's not the most attractive female. It's like, did you look at yourself before you make a video talking about most men are unattractive? I bet you did, but you just thought that you could post a video like this and a lot of people would just agree with you.
Well, the problem is that you're talking like men don't know how to ask women out, but they actually do. Men know this. Men do all of this. But modern women aren't accepting it. You have to be, and we're not just talking about attractive, we're talking about ultra attractive, super attractive, in order to even get my attention. And then, even in that situation where she was talking about, since when men don't know how to ask women out, let me help you. Even in that scenario, you're talking about, well, you don't feel comfortable with me picking you up, which is totally fine. At that point, I said, I'll just meet you there. Oh, you want me to send an Uber? No, I'm not going to send an Uber. You realize, depending on where you are, you might be an hour away. So now you want me to pay upwards of $70, $80 for an Uber to drive you an hour across town. And then there's another $80 that I have to spend. That's $160, and we haven't even gotten on a date. That's $160, and I haven't even seen you. I've dropped $160 and I haven't even seen you. I have not even seen you in real life. Have not physically touched you, hugged you, spoken a word to you. Don't really even know what you look like. You could be catfishing. That's a real risk. But you want me to trust you. And then, okay, let's say everything goes great and you're real. Then I have to spend, I think one woman said minimum $200 That's $360 for the chance that you might say, oh, well, you know, I'm not really feeling it like that. Sorry about that. You'll be okay, though. You'll find your person. And if a man has to continue to repeat this little cycle, how many times do you think he's going to be able to do that? No.
One of the best pieces of advice is in modernity for men. You can love this or hate this, is that generally speaking, taking advice from women about anything is a terrible idea.
What women are you around? Who hurt you?
See what I mean? The idea of who hurt you comes down to your blanket idea, your psychological training of trauma. There's not trauma, it's just pattern recognition.
What,
right?
No, but it'd be your pattern recognition.
Yeah,
everyone's got a different
but
pattern.
Here's the thing, right?
Because you do have a lot of guys that, like, if they grew up with a lot of women, then they actually do tend to go towards more women. And if they had, like, but if they had a bad relationship, like I have a lot of guys that if they had abuse from men or bullying from men, they actually don't trust the men.
You go immediately to a trauma analysis rather than a logical analysis.
That would be logical. That would be logic.
You make a claim that they think is effective. Women as a category, instant trauma response. Must be trauma. Who hurt you? What happened to you?
Emotional.
What is this thing that triggered this, right? And it's like, actually, there doesn't always have to be a thing. In fact, there most often isn't. You can just use logic and reason to assess the situations around you based around the social relationships people have and determine that women usually give really bad advice, especially to each other.
So apparently there's a conversation happening online right now about should married women or women in committed relationships be going on girls' trips with their friends. Now, I think this is a maturity issue, and here's why. Some of the girls don't know how to go outside, be outside, without going to the club, getting drunk, and shaking hands. Now, that's some of you. However, some of us know how to act. Right? So when I say I want to go on a girls' trip, I want to go to a cabin in the snow and journal. I want to go to the desert and go on a long hike. I want to go on a yoga retreat in the forest with my friends. And my man doesn't want to do that, and that's fine. We have different interests, and that's okay. That's the reason why people have friends. However, if the only thing you know how to do with your friends is go to the club, then yeah, you should probably stay your behind at home, because you're going to end up doing something that you're going to regret. It's only based on your maturity level and the maturity level of your friend group. Do you know how to have fun with each other without alcohol and strange men? Yes or no? That'll answer the question.
So I just seen a video of a guy. He was attractive too, and he said, let me tell you something. I don't approach attractive, well put together women in public. And he lists the reasons why he doesn't. He says if she's attractive, she's put together, got her nails done, her hair done, she may be expensive, she probably already got a guy, and he goes on to this whole list of assumptions. Basically, they're assumptions, because the reality is you don't know if that woman does her own hair, does her own nails, pays for her own hair, pays for her own nails. You don't know if she's single. Do you know there are a lot of attractive women out here that are single? Me? You don't know, but so you're assuming that a person is single or not single based on their attractiveness. So you say all ugly people are single? Do we all not know some people that are not so attractive that are in relationships? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I feel like y'all be tricking yourself out your own spot. And to me, if you are a man that is afraid to approach me or just to alleviate some of your assumptions, then you're not masculine enough for me. Because the most that she can say is that she's in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or just get to know somebody without assuming first. But y'all assume, y'all trick yourself out of your spot. Then you get with a woman that you really don't like, but you were just bored. She looked available, but guess what? She need the most money. She need this for this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you assume the girl that look put together need all your money, but all reality is the girl that's looking broken, bust down is the one who need all your money. The girl to put together, put herself together. Let's do better, man. I need to find men to come up to me. Don't be scared. I don't bite.
Feminism is in this country.
Can you be more specific?
Feminism has taught us to hate men and to fear men because capital profits off of my fear as a woman. If I'm afraid of men, they can make a profit off of that. There's a gender war because men are the underdogs right now. Men are the ones being told you're feared, you're wrong, everything you do is wrong, go make money, don't show emotion, be. Women are making a rise to the top. We've over-feminized so much and included women so much, which is great, but we don't have to tear men down to include women.
So why is there so much talk about male privilege?
Because for a long time there was male privilege, and now the script is flipped. Now women are the ones with privilege, but no one's ready to hear that.
But why are we still talking about male privilege?
Because no one's ready for it. We're not ready to make that change. We're seeing more women in films, more women in power. The amount of jobs that I have seen that say women only is ridiculous. In an effort to hire more women and get them hired and include them, we've excluded men.
So some of us got to take accountability for how hard we're being so that a man actually wants to chase us.
Here's the thing. I think that the women can start being feminine again when the men start being masculine again. Ooh. Because these are the new bad. They want to be the bad now. They want to be put up. They asking you what the you bring to the table. So in the position, because women are reflections of their men, and we have now switched roles with them, I cannot step into my femininity until you step back into your masculinity, right?
We feminine. Because we want to know how you, like, if you're going to be able to tend to my emotional state. And because I got standards, and I don't want to, bro. I'm feminine. I'm feminine.
If there's one thing you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Like when something is fine, it's not fine. Like read between the lines.
You mean be a mind reader?
Yeah, exactly.
So men are expected to be mind readers.
Exactly.
Why do women often expect men to do things that they're not physically capable of?
I don't know. I haven't I don't do that. Like I don't expect men to do things they're incapable of.
Isn't that what you just said though?
Being a mind reader?
Well, you want us to read between the lines, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Who's better at communication, men or women?
Women.
So if men are worse at communication, why do so many women expect men to read their body language?
I think men are better communicators logically. Women are better with communicating emotionally.
Okay, can you think of any situation where logic wouldn't outweigh emotions?
I think logic should always outweigh emotion.
Yeah. You can't make this up, people.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days. And I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
This is exactly what men have been saying for years about dating apps. Because first off, it is very rare for men to even get matches, especially matches with women that they are actually physically attracted to. And that is not because men are swiping only on supermodels, like they're only swiping on 10s. They are swiping right on a variety of women, just as long as they think that they could be attracted to her. But ladies, you have to understand that even when men find matches, it is very rare for them to have an actually good conversation. Because usually you ladies are really dry texters and you will just ghost them oftentimes. So yeah, men have been complaining about this for the longest of times, which is why if you're a woman that is interested in a man off of a dating app, all you have to do is to show a little bit of effort. If you do that, that man is going to double down on the effort and the energy that he spends on you. He's going to pursue you and most likely be everything that you want him to be. It is like a no-fail way to end up with a boyfriend.
It is important to disappoint women because the more a woman likes you, the more that she is interested in you, the more she's going to want more of you. Women don't love like men do. A woman's love is more consumptive. A woman in love wants everything. She wants all of your time, all of your attention. And if she could, she would crawl inside of your head so she could know all your thoughts and feelings. You see this kind of reaction in miniature when women get around babies like, "Ooh, you're so cute, I could just eat you up." Yeah, it's like, In as many different ways as possible, a woman in love wants to put you inside of her. So that's consumptive feminine love.
And I think there was a clip where they were talking about consumptive love and how a lot of women love like this. I just want to consume everything about this. I want to know everything about this. And he's right. I want to know everything about who you are, what you're doing. First of all, a lot of modern women don't even get here because they don't really actually care about the man. They have a consumptive love of being a gold digger. They have a consumptive love of being somebody who takes all your money, who spends all of your resources, who grabs all of your connections and builds her own life around what you can provide, what you can bring to the table, and gives nothing. So they don't even get there. But most women, most normal women, once they like you, they just want to be around you all the time, right? And, you know, that's okay when it's healthy, but you got to balance it. You got to make sure that you're not always trying to take up his time, because this other time he might want to hang out with his friends, or he might want to watch TV or play a game, or I forgot one important thing. He's got to work. He's got to work. So you can't be all up under his armpit all the time. You know, you got to learn to be healthy.
Yo, entitlement be having these average looking women talking crazy.
So I paid for Hinge-X and I literally ran out of people on day one. I paid for whatever the most expensive Hinge membership is. I did 1 week, and I'm pretty sure it's Hinge-X, but whatever the $25 a week one is, I paid for 1 week. I ran out of people in 1 day. I have only had the membership for 1 day, and it's already saying, oops, we're out of people. Change your parameters. You know what my parameters are? My parameters are 6'2" and above, anywhere between age 29 and 34. And then I bumped it up to 35, ran out of people again. How is there no one between the ages of 29 and 35, 6'2" and above in LA? This is one of the biggest cities ever. I don't know if I'm just not attracted to the people that they're showing me. Like, they weren't cute. I'm gonna be so honest, but I tried to give a few people a chance. I think I sent maybe 2 or 3 likes out of everyone, and I've already ran out of people. It's day one. I keep going back to the app. There's no more people. How?
Yo, the entitlement with this woman is insane. She needs Invisalign more than she needs a dude above 6'2". I don't think she understands 6'2" and above. It's 4%. It's not that much of the population, especially your age range is between 29 and 35. And then she says, these guys are not even cute. Yo, shorty, you are average at best. The entitlement and free attention just overinflate this ego. This is like a drive-through McDonald's worker applying for a CEO job of a company and wondering why the math is not adding up. The expectations with this one are insane, so your options shrink, but the expectations don't. She has to understand, even Hinge is telling her, yo, you need to change your parameters. Yeah, because you are overinflating what the hell are you looking for. I don't know how tall she is, but I doubt she needs a dude over 6'2". And then she's thinking she looks crazy good. It's because dudes be giving chicks like this, average women, free attention, and they're like, yeah, I'm the and she got that syndrome right now. Not for nothing with the grill that she got, she's only getting back shots because I don't even want to look at you.
Both sides of the relationship need to prove themselves.
But here's the difference. We don't tell that enough to women. That's the issue.
I think it's because
we tell women that they're perfect just the way that they are, and that's a lie. We tell men all the time, you need to rise to the occasion. We got standards on men, but we don't put standards on women. No matter how rude, crass, obnoxious they are, how fat they are, we don't give them any standards.
And I feel like that's mainly because women in society...
We don't tell men love your curves. We tell women that. You know? We don't tell women to do the right thing. We tell do what's right for you. We tell men do the right thing. Women do what's right for you. So we don't really have societal boundaries on females. And if a man does express societal boundaries...
Who's guiding the societal statements? It's men. It's men not supporting men.
Well, that's why I'm here. Tell them the truth.
Honey, grow up. Go away. Bleh. I can't do it anymore. It's gag-inducing.
We as women need to normalize men having to put down a security deposit if they want to take us on a date. Because, think about it. We have to get our hair, nails, skin, makeup, pick out a cute outfit, all that, right? We take time to get these things done. And then if somebody bails last minute, then who's out? Us.
Frankly, this is stuff you'd be doing anyway. Because if you weren't going out with him that night, you'd be going out with your girlfriends probably, and you would be doing all that stuff anyway, because instead of going out with him, you'd be on the prowl looking for a man to pay you attention, and you'd want to do all that stuff to get his attention.
Y'all believe in women's intuition.
Yeah. If you can feel that your man is cheating, why can't you tell when he's unhappy?
I definitely agree. I think a lot of women are selfish in relationships, if we just gonna be honest in terms of their care. Like, they care about what they can benefit from, right? But when it comes to making sure that that man is solidified, making sure that that man is taken care of, that doesn't become a problem until he stops giving her what she wants.
You're not a feminist. Well, that's cute. Do you know what the leading cause of for women aged between 18 to 44 is? Just take a guess. Put it in the comments. It's a man you.
So in this video, the lady claims that the leading cause of for women aged 18 to 44 is men. Is it true? Nope. This is wrong. And it's not even close to the truth. To check the data, I encourage you to go to the CDC website. Yes, it would be mostly for the US, but it is probably the most reliable source you can use. Here you can directly go to a page, leading causes of, pick the most recent available year, set the sex to female, age to 18 to 44. And what do we have? Number 1 is unintentional injury, about 16,500. Number 2, cancer, about 8,800. Number 3, heart disease, just under 5,000. Number 4, about 4,200. Number 5, liver disease, about 2,500. And then, at number 6, homicide, 2,175. Leading cause of, it's not even top 5, and it gets worse. That number 1 cause, unintentional injury, isn't really one thing. It's mostly many causes stacked together. But 2 causes stand out: drug overdose and car accidents. So I pulled those apart. Overdose or drug poisoning on its own kills about 10,000 women in this age group. Car accidents, about 4,800. So once you count them as the separate causes they actually are, homicide isn't 6, it drops to 7s. And one more thing about that age range she picked. Homicide only ranks anywhere near the top for the younger groups. Look at the CDC's own chart. For 35 to 44, it's already 8s, and past 45, it falls off the list entirely. So if we exclude underage population, 18 to 44 is basically the one window where homicide looks as high as it's ever going to look. So it could be the case that she specifically chose this age group to make it look worse. Yet still, even with that, her claim still doesn't hold. So as a statement of fact, the leading cause of for women is men is just false. Now, to be fair, there is one part I'll give her. When a woman is, the person who did it usually is a man. Going off federal homicide data, in cases where we know who the offender was, about 9 out of 10 women who are by a man. So if she'd said specifically that, she'd have been right. But that is not what she said. She didn't make a claim about who commits murders. She made a claim about what kills women the most and completely misrepresented it. And you may say, well, what's my problem? It is still 2,175 women we need to speak about. And for sure, 2,175 is not nothing. It is worth speaking about. But here, she specifically takes that number and misrepresents it to blame men. If she really cared about what the leading cause of is for women, she would be talking about overdosing, about heart disease, about cancer. But she didn't. Why? Because then it's much harder to directly blame men for it. I'm sure with enough imagination she could find a way to blame men for those too. But why bother when you can just twist the data and blame men directly? Because who's going to check it? Her audience will eat up any misinformation as long as it blames men.
Y'all want to know the real reason why no one likes to club anymore and why clubbing culture is dead? Well, surprise, surprise, the reason is men, but let me tell you why. As it's been established, men aren't real men nowadays. They don't like being gentlemen, they don't like being courteous, and they don't like women very much. The other day, me and my friends were at a beach club and we were at the bar waiting to buy our drinks because, you know, we're strong, independent women and we don't want men to buy our drinks, but if someone offers, why not? So these 2 men come up to one of my friends and they go, hey, like, do you mind if we cut in line? We're just getting 2 drinks. Oh, whoa, wait. We've been waiting here. Sure, you guys can cut us in line, like, but are you guys gonna get us our drinks? He was just like, no. And then I was like, oh. So then why the did you ask? Ooh, move then. What happened to ladies first? What happened to class? And then this man has the audacity to try hitting on my friend who didn't even buy her a drink. What makes you think you could talk to her? All of these men will get in and they'll just stand there. They won't even dance. They'll just stand there and just look at women. Just being full on monitoring spirits. Like, just stood there like, oh no, the girls should come up to us. No. Men will go out in big groups and they won't get tables. They won't buy bottles. A lot of these clubs aren't making money anymore. So now a lot of them are charging girls too. The reason why you're still open is because we are in your establishment. 9 times out of 10, when we come out, it's not fun anymore anyways. So why the are we spending money to not even have fun? That's why I think clubbing culture is done. I'm more of like a lounge, you know, speakeasy type girl now. We're not doing that in 2025 anymore.
So let me get this straight. This guy asked you to cut in line. You could have said no. You could have said off, wait for us first, and then you go after. But he asked nicely and you said yes. And there wasn't even a conversation of like, hey, if I let you cut, you got me and my girlfriend over here, we just want 2 of these drinks. You could have said that as well. But then you get mad at him for not buying you drinks. And you get even more mad by the fact that he finds your friend attractive and he wants to hit on her. Like, the logic is not logicking. And then you went on this whole tantrum of how clubs are. and how everything is bad. Let me get something straight. Let me tell you guys this, okay? Buying a girl a drink at the bar is probably the worst thing that you can do as a guy. Random girls, I mean, not your girl. If it's your girl, do whatever you want to do. Because the ROI on it is very low. Women are typically very unappreciative of drinks, and a lot of women feel like it's an expectation, and they will use you. And I know a ton of girls, even my own female friends, that will let guys buy them drinks at the bar and then vanish away, even when they got boyfriends, even when they're in relationships. Never buy a girl a drink unless you actually know her. Never buy a girl a drink unless she's actually with you at the bar, in your presence, on a date, whatever it may be. It's the dumbest thing that you can do. And all these girls shaming men for not letting them sit in sections, not letting them do that, it's their money. They can do whatever they want. I hate to say it. I understand that times have changed. Back in the day, men were a lot more chivalrous, but those days are gone. Women have kind of it. I don't need a man. I'm an independent woman. This narrative has pushed men away. If you're so independent, if you can do everything on your own, why the do you need us to buy your drinks? Tell me that.
And once again, we're back to the age-old question. Because modern women say this so confidently. Do you believe in women's intuition? Yes, I do. 100%. Wholeheartedly. I believe in it. Well, if you can tell that, you can see that, you know, everything is you know, going wrong in terms of he's not doing the things that he used to do. What's wrong with him? Oh, he must be cheating. That's what most modern women come to, instead of something's wrong. He's not doing the things that he used to do. Did something happen? Is there anything going on with his family? Is there anything going on with his mental? Did I do something? What's happening? Instead, they automatically think he's doing something wrong. There's got to be something wrong with him. Because modern women don't have any self-awareness. They don't take accountability. Honestly, I would venture to say that some of these modern women know they did something wrong. To be honest, they know they did something wrong. But it can't be me. I'm perfect. Even if I did do something wrong, it's not that big of a deal.